So it was a tough loss tonight on Teddy Bears last night. I mean, you guys are below 500 for the first time since the start of last season. What, going into these next couple games, you guys going to be looking to change?
I think our compete level, I think at times it's okay. It just seems like we make one big mistake and it's in the back of our net. And tonight it felt like we made 3 or 4 of them, and then the rest of the game we were in the O-zone. You know, we had chances and holding on to pucks, but just some things that has been talked about for a while now that we're just not. It's just really biting us in the butt right now.
What kind of things?
Just simple structure things, or chipping a puck out, one extra move, just kind of things that I think should be a little more natural and we should understand at this point of the year. But saying that, we just need to, I think, as a whole, be sharper in our structure, be sharp from the start of the game. 2 games in a row, we give up 2 goals, 3 goals, and then third period we dominate again, just like in Chicago. And unfortunately, we can't score at the end, but it's just it's unacceptable, the starts we've had.
Would you say the call-ups and injuries it's finally starting to take a toll?
No, I don't think so. I think this league is built on call-ups and injuries. I think it's next man up mentality. I mean, guys that are playing right now didn't have this much ice time at the beginning of the year, so there's more opportunity, and every guy gets more opportunity. I get more opportunity than goalies, defensemen, and I think we just need to grab a hold of that a little bit more and kind of seize it.
And that being said, going into December, you guys got a ton of road games coming up. How is, kind of being where you're at right now, how's that looking for December?
Yeah, it'll be tough. I mean, obviously that big California trip and end in Iowa, but it's unfortunate tonight. Really good crowd, a lot of excitement. Would have loved to get a win, but we have to win tomorrow. No excuses, and then 2 home games next week we have to take advantage of it. This is, my years in the league, Van Alen's been a really hard place to play, and I think it still is. I think we're just having some lapses right now, and when we get back to that, we need to be an elite team at home.
Now, out of goaltending, I mean, Larson got pulled, but he looked okay to start. And what did you see out of him?
He's competing. He's learning to be a pro every day, how hard it is at practice, and I think he's elevated his compete level. But, he hasn't played in 2 weeks, and 2 good shots on the first 2 goals, and when a guy's that open on that 2-on-1 backdoor, not much you can do for Lars there.
Well, I think we just got to look for some momentum. We've been finishing strong because we've been desperate, and it's almost like in the first period we come out a little complacent, a little relaxed, and we find ourselves down. Maybe not as much early, but we're down coming in after the first period. And if we can try and find a way to start like our last 2 third periods have been, I thought we've been pretty good in the third period, going back to Chicago and then tonight here. We're getting chances, we're getting shots, so it's about taking it from day to day.
Would you say you guys are kind of playing with a lot of frustration right now? Because it does seem like it kind of wanes in the second period and does pick up in the third? Or
We're kind of in a cycle like that right now where, it's not a secret we're a young group. I think part of the learning process is what we're going through right now. First period we come out, and I'm not saying we're not playing a pro game, but I think we get away from a lot of things that make us successful. We start getting frustrated, like you said. We go into second, we kind of carry some of that frustration over, and then we find ourselves down going to third, and we're like, oh crap, we got to dig ourselves out of this. So I think that's part of this learning curve. If we can learn that, every day we got to show up. We got to show up with the attitude that we got to be desperate. We got the guys in here that are more than capable in this dressing room. We got a lot of skill here. Now we got to start using that skill to our advantage, and that's using it when we can, but knowing when to kind of fold our cards when there's places that aren't made.
Yeah, and with the special teams, it's kind of been a struggle for the last couple of seasons, it seems like. Where do you see that kind of faltering, where it needs to change?
Our power play's been good this year. I thought we're moving the puck today. We moved the puck really well, especially that first one. It's always be nice to get one on that first one, but I thought we stuck with it. Second one, we took a penalty going for the puck. I mean, not ideal, but at least we're involved, we're engaged, going to get that puck, and you can't fault the, a guy for that. And then we scored the third one, fourth one, we just couldn't get it set up. It was one of those that it was one that we knew that we needed to have. Maybe we were gripping our sticks a little bit too tight at the end of the day. Well, I think our penalty kill was, I think we were 100% on the penalty kill tonight, which hasn't happened. I don't know if it's happened all year, but we're working through. We got some growing pains there.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's a lot of injuries and call-ups right now. How is that affecting the chemistry in the room with Pumpel and Rask being out? Is Adina being out, Mac being out?
Well, I think it's an opportunity, and I think we have to all understand that that's what it is. We got guys, playing up in the lineup. We got guys who've played power play in the last couple of games who haven't played power play all year, and it's up to those guys to take it and run with it. And once we get guys back, we're going to get help. But we have to know that it's the guys in this room right now that are going to get it done. And right now we have to get a complete buy-in, 100% buy-in, and I think we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. And going into December, you guys are on the road a ton in December. I mean, what kind of attitude are you guys going to be looking to adjust to get into that and get over that?
Well, I think when we're going in December, it's always tough. You kind of look at Christmas as that one deadline, but we got to pull ourselves out of this little funk here. And I think we got 2 home games to start the month, and then we're on the road until Christmas from there. So we got to find a way in our next 3 games. We're on the road 2 at home to get some momentum, and then we go to California, and we got to do a job. It's an exciting time of the year. Guys are always got a little bit more energy, knowing that there's that break in the 4 or 5 days. But at the end of the day, we gotta stay in a present mindset and be able to come out here and compete in battle.
So it's a tough loss tonight. You guys are below 500 for the first time since last season, the beginning of last season. Kind of where do you see the shortcomings in the team with that?
I just think we don't have everyone going at the same time right now, and I think a lot of it is a mentality. I think right now we're a little bit fragile group, and some guys are competing, other guys are waiting a little bit too long to get going. So we've got a more than capable group in here. We're confident with the group we have. We've got some injuries up top that have led to opportunities for some guys up there. We've got some injuries here that's led for more opportunity for some guys here. And I think some of these guys have to realize that opportunity doesn't come along all that often. They've got to seize the opportunity and make the most of it. And I don't think at times we're doing that enough.
Right. And with the injuries, what's the status on Rask and Luco and Pumpel?
We don't discuss injuries. Just it's not fair to those guys. I don't think. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Okay. Ideally.
Yeah.
And out of the special teams, I mean, those are kind of struggling a little bit. They looked okay tonight, but going forward, what else do you want to see out of them to kind of get above that?
Well, our power play, we've scored one tonight, but we've got to score power play goals at the right times. The last few games we've been in a situation where we've had the opportunity to take the lead on a power play, and we just haven't capitalized. Now, we're still 4th in the league, I think. I don't know what the numbers are exactly, but our power play's clicking. PK, for all intents and purposes, has been fine the last few games. Numbers wouldn't be indicative of that, but I think there's a little bit of everything that we got to tweak and got to get back on track.
Mm-hmm. And now Larson, I mean, obviously it's a tough decision pulling a goalie at any time.
Mm-hmm.
But in the beginning, I mean, what did you see? What positives did you see out of his performance so far?
It's tough to. I mean, when you give up 4 goals in that amount of time and that amount of shots, I got to watch it before I comment on it.
Do you think the pressure got to him with Pickard being gone?
No, if anything, I think he should have been happy about the opportunity. Like, hey, this is my chance. I'm going to take it and run with it. And it didn't happen, which is unfortunate, but we'll just keep working.
Right, and I'm guessing tomorrow's a game day decision as far as using that?
Yeah, we'll take a look at everything and make a decision and go from there.
And going into December, you guys are on the road a lot, and obviously travel plays a huge part in the outcome of each game. What are you looking for out of the guys going into that to kind of endure that travel?
Oh, we still got a couple games before we jump on that trip, but sometimes that can be very beneficial to a team, getting everyone away from all the distractions, getting together as a group, and that might be the best thing for us. So, it's not the worst thing. We're away from our families for an extended period of time, but this is our second families, and we'll just get closer and grow closer from that.